Hello everyone, my name is Grace. Today I'm going to talk about how to take care of lithops in the winter. So now is December. I'm living in California. It is not so cold, but sometimes it could be wet. It could be windy. I usually leave the lithops inside the room, not outside. I used to live in Northwest. It is raining all the time. It is wet. However, you can still grow lithops. I hope I can share with you some of the tips so that you can better take care of a lithop during this time, and in the spring you will have very healthy lithops. So first thing that I want to mention is that you want to tap and check. Why? During the winter, it is a time for lithops to grow baby inside. Something you may not notice from the outside. Usually I just tap and check and just feel it to see whether there's a baby inside. The way you do it is that you tap on the top. It needs to be really firm. If it is kind of wobbly and you feel like it's watery, probably something wrong with the lithops. If that is the case, you want to get rid of that quickly because you don't want the same problem affect other lithops around it. And then you just kind of gently tap the body of the lithops. Usually you will feel a bump or something firm inside. There's a baby inside. So during this time, there's a baby in the mommy's body. They're usually just passing the water and the nutrition to the baby. They don't want to get the extra water from outside. So that is why you don't want to overwater them. So the second one is no water, please. During this time, it's maybe really tempting to water them because sometimes you will see some surface maybe get really wrinkled or you're worried. But growing lithops is very, very counterintuitive. For other plants, when you see a wrinkled surface, you may think, oh, it may be lack of water and you want to water them. But for lithops, having a second thought is better. Because lithops don't like water. They can survive without water for a long time, but they may die just immediately if you overwater them. So during winter time, you don't want to overwater them. I usually don't water them for a couple of months. And usually during this time, the mommy lithop will pass the water to the little children, and gradually the outer leaf will get dry and you will see a really healthy lithops from the within. So yeah, so the second one is don't water. The third one I want to talk about is sun. During the winter, the sun gets less, the day gets shorter. You still want the leaves to have enough sunshine. I used to live in Northwest. It is cloudy and raining all the time, but I still try to keep it dry and also put the near a south facing window so that the leaf can get as much sunlight as possible. And right now I'm in California. I still try to ensure lithops can get enough sunlight, so I still put them in a south facing window. But if in your area that you don't have enough sunlight during the day, I would recommend to buy a plant light. Usually they can mimic the sunlight and then you can put in the room. You can control when you should turn it on and turn it off. There's a lot of successful story that people use the plant light to keep their plants grow as usual. Yeah, so that's all the tips about taking care of lithops in the winter. So first you need to tap and check, making sure they're healthy. The second goal is no water, because this time they're going to pass the water to the baby lithops, so they don't actually need a lot of water. The third one is the sun. You need to provide enough sunlight to your lithop so that it will grow nicely. One thing about sun is that sometimes you may see the lithops get wrinkled during the winter. It's possible it's about the baby inside, sometimes just because there's not enough sunlight. So when you see the wrinkled lithops, have a second thought. Don't water them, and just move them to the sunlight, making sure they have enough sunlight. For a few days, you may notice that their surface is getting really firm again. So this is just something that I observe over and over again. I want to share with you. Yeah, so that's all. Hopefully the information I provided is very useful, and I hope the lithops can bring you joy and happiness. Thank you. Bye. If you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. See you next time.